And we're live again. Hello. We are live. Hello, guys. It's Sherry Owen Brown. And I want to make sure everybody can get in here so we can get rolling. And I don't understand. What is this button? Let me click here. I'm trying to figure this out, guys. I'm so sorry. I've totally logged in. I've totally logged in and been sitting here. All right. Let's see. What can I do here? Maybe I can go to Facebook. Go to Facebook. Let me get a new link. Hold on. And share it. Does that link work? Nope. Well, I am just not sure what is happening, and I am aggravated. So let me see if I can get the new link for everybody. Okay. You're in? You're in? Wait, hold on. You're here? Who's here? Somebody's in! Chat with me, say something. Yay! All right. You know, maybe this is all Webinar Jam's problem. Maybe this isn't our problem. Maybe we didn't do anything. Maybe, huh? Maybe we didn't do anything wrong. Is that possible? Maybe? Okay, let's just see. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, so she's in. Yes, yes? I have yeses. Can you comment in here, please? Can you comment in the chat and let me know and let me see you? Maybe there's, I think there was a delay the other day. Okay, well, listen, this is ridiculous and this is recording, and so I'm just gonna get to it. So today we are talking about my new favorite book, maybe of all time. Tom Big Al Schreiter. I don't know where the Big Al comes from. He can tell me that someday when I meet him, right? He has been writing network marketing books for a very long time, and I'm probably the last person in the universe to ever read his book. This one that I picked up was How to Build Network Marketing Leaders, Volume 1. It's all I could do not to go to Volume 2, but I thought, no, I wanted to do a webinar on Volume 1 because it was so important to me. It was such a game changer for me. And so I thought, no, I'm going to stay focused on this one. This book, had I have read it when I first started, I don't know that I would have fully grasped everything that he was saying. Now that I've been in direct sales for 2 years, a whopping 2 years, yes, this is my first venture into network marketing. And so whopping 2 years now, and I'm reading through, and I have a large team with Unique. I have over 70,000 presenters in my downline. And in reading through this book, I can't even tell you how excited I was to read this book, because I was like, yes, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Like, I wanted to scream it from the rooftops. I read this book in one sitting. It took less than 90 minutes. This is such a fast read. You need to stop what you're doing right now and read this book. If you are serious about your business, you need to read this book. This webinar, I've made lots and lots on my YouTube channel. You see, there's like 120 videos or more that I've made on training, and some are more stern than others. Some are more of a whooping than others, right? Because, I start seeing trends in messages that I get from people. And so, I have to address certain situations, and I'm noticing, different mindsets and the different ways that people are viewing their business and are viewing obstacles and challenges in their business. And I realize, this was before reading this book, I realized that there are some common denominators amongst top leaders. I'm a Black status level 1 with Unique. That's the highest. There's Black status level 1, level 2, level 3. Nobody's hit level 2 or level 3 just yet. There are currently 6 of us at Black status level 1. I've spoken with several of the other Black status level 1 leaders, and it's very interesting to me how we all have the same perspective on our business and on challenges in our business and on building and on our teams. That is no mistake. That is no coincidence. The other thing that's interesting, this same perspective that we have on our business, we have had since we started. We've had this our whole lives. So I don't want you to think that, you have a certain mindset when you first start and you're a white status presenter with Unique, and then whatever business you're with, because this is an open hangout, so there are people from other businesses here. But no matter where you start, if you think that, okay, I'm going to have a certain perspective in the beginning phases of my business, and then I'll switch to a leadership personality and a leadership way of thinking as my team gets bigger. No. There are common denominators that every leader has, and when someone joins my team, I can recognize that perspective, and I know that that person is going to kill it. They're going to kill it in their business. I already know. And I know the ones that it's going to be more of a challenge. Now, those 2 people have the exact same opportunity in this business. It's their mindset. It's their mindset that is going to determine the success or the failure of their business. And that's it. And that's really good news, because if you are the reason that your business isn't growing, you can change you. Own it. You can change that. If it's an outside force, you can't change it. And I will tell you right now, from the day that I started with Unique, I knew that I would be successful. I knew that no matter what, because see, I had faith in myself. So I knew that I wasn't afraid of hard work. I wasn't afraid to do what it takes to make it to the top. I didn't know how long it would take me to get to the top, but I knew that I was going to get there. And I knew that I had the patience to do it. Okay? So this book, one of my favorite quotes from this book is that direct sales gives you an opportunity. It doesn't give you an entitlement. Okay? That means your business is an opportunity for you to grow and make money. You are not entitled to grow and make money. You are not going to join any company and all of a sudden money's just going to come to you. You have got to work. You have got to work just like you would work any other business. And you have got to make it happen. And the thing is, you have to understand that there are going to be obstacles and there are going to be challenges. For example, right now, my dog is having a fit behind me and I don't even know what she's doing, but I'm not turning around because you know what? I'm focused on the business at hand, all right? We're going to have challenges pop up in our lives. She settled down. We're going to have, she heard me. She knows Mama's voice. Mama gets upset. We're going to have challenges in our business and in our life. How are you going to react to those challenges? How are you going to deal with that? That's the question. That is what's going to separate you from thinking like, in the words of Big Al, thinking like a distributor versus thinking like a leader. If you want to get paid, distributor pay or employee pay is the way I look at it, then have the mindset of a distributor and an employee. And we're going to talk about what that is. If you want the pay of a leader, you need to get the mindset of a leader. Okay? So, we're going to talk about how a leader thinks versus how a distributor thinks. I want every single one of you, if you haven't already, I want you to read this book, because this book, it will blow your mind. And if you're reading and you're thinking, he gives a lot of examples of what successful people think, what unsuccessful people think, and I'm going to go over some of that. But if you're reading through this and you're hearing like common, he lists common complaints and common objections from people on your team, and you think, oh, there's no way, this is ridiculous. There's no way that this is happening and that somebody would say something like that or would think that way. Trust me. Trust me. He is dead on. Dead on. So we're going to be talking. We're going to be doing some rough talk here today. Going to be doing some rough talk. And it's funny because, so Big Al tells this story about how, now he's very successful, has been very successful for years, and then he has all these books and all this stuff, right? So he's big time. Like I said, I'm probably the only person in network marketing that hadn't read one of his books. So he's like, the guru, godfather, whatever. But he tells this story about how his business wasn't doing very well in the very beginning when he started. And this was like in 1974. I was 4 years old. So he's telling this story, and he says finally his sponsor said to him, listen, because he was blaming his sponsor for the reason that he wasn't successful. And then the sponsor was like, well, here's the deal. Do I have other people that I've sponsored that are successful? And Big Al was like, oh, well, yeah. He was like, I give them the same training I give you. So, yikes, right? But what I loved and what stood out to me was that Big Al said, you know what? If he hadn't have said that to me, I would have quit. I would have never tried. I would have just thought, oh, well, I'm blaming my sponsor. It's all his fault. I'm going to go to another company and get a better sponsor, because that's what the problem is. That's why my business isn't growing. It's because of my sponsor. If he hadn't had that tough conversation, I mean, imagine, that would be a tough conversation to have with somebody, right? And it reminded me of my grandma. A lot of those of you who know me, I have little, I don't know, Sherry-isms, whatever, certain phrases, certain things. A lot of those I get from my grandmother. She passed away several years ago, but, a lot of what she taught me has stuck with me. And I will never forget, and this is what really made me decide to do this webinar and really have the honest discussion and the tough discussion with all of you. Because my grandma, I remember one day she was standing at the stove, and she was this, did you ever used to watch the Andy Griffith show, Aunt Bee? She was like Aunt Bee. She's just this little roly-poly grandma, just hugs. Oh, love. Oh, honey, always had cookies, and just your stereotypical, just amazing grandmother, church-going, God-loving, just, never, and she was never one to curse. And she was standing at the stove one day, and she was stirring a pot of soup or chicken and dumplings or something. And my cousin was naughty. Oh, he was the naughty one. He still is a little bit naughty. And he got in trouble. And you knew you were in trouble. I mean, you knew it was bad if we called her Gama. You knew it was bad if Gama, you know, had to get on you because she was such a lover, right? So she looks over at him and says, honey, I'm sorry that I had to get on to you so harshly this morning. And she's stirring that pot. She says, but I love you too much to let you grow up to be an asshole. Yes, she did. And when I heard Big Al say, if he hadn't had that tough talk with me, I wouldn't have changed my business, I thought of my grandma, and I thought of my team. And I thought, you know what? I love you too much. I'm not going to call you an asshole. I love you. I love you too much to not have these direct conversations with you, because what if you don't know? What if you don't know? So we're going to get down to it, okay? How a leader thinks versus how a distributor thinks. And that's Big Al's word again. A distributor is very strange for me, and unique, we call them presenters. So I'm going to say presenters. So here's the thing. Leaders don't have any less problems than presenters. We actually have more. The bigger your team, the more problems you have. It just makes sense, right? The more you have, the more problems you have. But like I said before, it's how you handle those problems that make the difference. So let's take, for example, and he gives this example in the book, which blows my mind. So in the book, he says, okay, here's an example. You sell some product to your next door neighbor, and it turns out that product is back ordered, okay? We have a back order right now, Ritzy lipstick. May have just come off back order this morning, but don't quote me. But Ritzy lipstick, one of our new lipsticks, is a beautiful pink sparkly shade, was on back order. Now, if you're thinking like a presenter, you've gone to that customer, your next door neighbor, you've sold her Ritzy, and now it's back ordered. Okay, as if you have a presenter mindset, you're thinking, oh, for heaven's sakes, oh my gosh, it's back ordered. Oh, now she's gonna be mad. She's gonna tell everybody in the neighborhood, the whole town is gonna think I'm a fraud. They're gonna think this is ridiculous. What's wrong with this company? It's a simple thing to keep stuff in stock. How could they not know that this would be a popular color? If this company can't handle something that is as small as this, then they must be, you know, headed for disaster. And obviously this company isn't growing, and on and on and on and on, and the brain goes crazy, right? You may be laughing. I'm not kidding, this happens. Because I got a whole bunch of leaders out there watching this going, yes, right? As a sidebar, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to issues, when it comes to back orders, the customer is very understanding. In 99.9% of the cases, the customer is not the difficult one to handle. It's your presenters that are the difficult ones to handle. Yeah. So that's how a presenter would think. If you have a leader mentality, you know what you say and you know what you think? You say to that customer, oh my gosh, well, looks like you've got good taste, honey, because this lipstick is actually sold out. It's already sold out. We started selling on September 1st. It is so popular. These lipsticks are flying out the door. It's sold out. So here's what I'll do. I'll make sure to let you know as soon as it's back in stock. And if you love this lipstick, then just make sure that you keep stocked up on it, because I have a feeling that this is going to be a really great color in the future too. And also, I'll tell you, we have a color called Conceited. I'm actually wearing it right now. We have a color called Conceited that is a beautiful pink, very similar to Ritzy. It doesn't have the sparkle in it, but if you get the Loyal Clear Lip Gloss, that has a sparkle, and now you have a lipstick that can be sparkly if you want, but it can also be more of a cream shade if you want. And Conceited looks great with the pouty liner, And you can even make it like a little bit of a brown pinkish if you feel like more of a natural color. So you just took what was a back order and what could have sent you spiraling downward and thrown you into the fetal position under your bed into upselling to a lip gloss and a liner and a lipstick that is in stock. Because I will tell you, when you work behind a counter, a cosmetic counter, and a customer comes up and asks for a product that you're sold out of, if that customer leaves, chances are when they come back, you won't be working and you won't get that sale. So you pull whatever rabbit out of the hat to try to get that customer to make a purchase, because that's your bread and butter. That's it. You're working on commission. Not only that, you have sales goals and you'll lose your job if you don't sell a certain amount. So that's the beauty of this industry, is that you're self-employed, and I want you to think like a boss. Think like a boss, okay? Now, I want to make sure that I am covering all my stuff. You know what I have? I have all these little Post-it notes. So if you see my eyes going, it's because I put my Post-its around here so that I don't have to look down. Now, okay, yes. When you think like a leader, you work your business like a leader, you get leader-sized paychecks. When you think like a presenter, you work your business like a presenter and like an employee mentality, those are the kind of paychecks you're going to get. You are in charge of your own destiny. If you don't like your paycheck, get out there and do online parties. Minimum 5 at all times. I know I did that as a 90-day challenge. That's almost a joke because that's how you should be doing it anyway. 5 should be the minimum if you want to grow that business. How long do you want to hang out at pink status and blue status and green status? I didn't want to hang out there very long. I want to get to the top as fast as I can, right? Get to the top as fast as I can. Now, there are different things that we learn at each level, and each level has tremendous value, because as you go from beginning stages and building your business and learning how to sell the products, you also then are sponsoring people, and now you're learning how to train, and now you're building those skills as a leader. So, but the bottom line basics of the whole thing is that the leader mentality, even if you don't have a team yet, that leader mentality is that you can handle whatever comes your way. Nothing is a problem. Nothing is a big deal. I will tell you that right now. I work hard and there is stress, but nothing is such a big deal that it can't be handled. Everything is just a situation and it's temporary. And you have to, in any business, I don't care what it is, expect problems. I know that might go against, the whole law of attraction and the whole positive thinking, whatever. There's always going to be problems. You're always going to have a problem. You're always going to have a situation. Every day you wake up, you're going to go, oh, yeah, like what's happening today? And you have to be able to get those off your list as quickly as possible. You have a customer that has a bad experience with a product, then you need to apologize profusely, let her know, give her the link to contact support so that she can get that taken care of, and you follow up with her. I'm not saying you discard her issue at all. You don't discard her issue. You absolutely deal with her issue and you give her fantastic customer service, but you don't dwell on it. You don't call your girlfriend, you don't call your upline, you don't call your downline and give them this information, because first of all, it's wasting your time. You need to be doing 5 parties. It's wasting your time and it's wasting their time. You're adding to their plate. Don't add to anybody's plate. Handle your business. Handle your business. You have a customer with an issue, take care of that customer, move on. The faster you move on from any sort of problem, any sort of challenge, the better your business will be. If you want to sit and fret and wring your hands and call your mama and talk to her about, oh my God, this lady got mascara and she didn't like it. Oh, I just don't. What? You know what? Do that if you want. Not me. Not any other Black Status Level 1 presenter I know. We're going to take care of that. We have faith in the company. The company is going to take care of that customer. And you know what else? We're going to follow up and make sure she's okay and she's happy. Customers who have come to me, and this is over the course of my entire sales career, not just with Unique. Customers who have come to me with an issue. complaining, even just mad, have ended up being my best customers and my closest friends. And you know why? Because when they come to me, I am their partner. They come to me, Sherry, I did this, and this happened, and I'll go, oh my gosh. It's the whole thing, feel, felt, found. You ever heard of that? Someone comes to you with an issue, feel, I understand how you feel. You need to make sure they know that you understand how they feel. Sincerely, I understand how you feel. Felt, I felt the same way when blah, blah, blah. Tell them the story when you felt the same way. Let's say you had an issue with a product. You know what? Oh, I'm so sorry. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way when that happened to me. Found is the third one. What I found is that if you message support, they're going to be on it. They're going to help you, and I'm going to follow up with you, and they're going to swap that out for you, and everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. Isn't that really all you want? Isn't that really all you want? When you go back to a store to return something, you get yourself all built up because you're expecting, if that girl doesn't take this back, I am going to give her a peach. She didn't know who she's messing with, right? If you go up to that counter and you say, hey, this is what happened, and they went, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're like, oh, okay. I don't have to fight with her. She gets it, right? She feels the same way. Okay, all right, okay. You just diffused it, and now you are her girl. And you're like, look, we're gonna get this taken care of. Click this link and send them a message because this will attach it's important for the customer to contact support because it gives them a ticket, a support ticket. And so any further conversation is attached to that ticket. They can look on the website and see what has been done with that ticket, and they can follow up. But of course, you're following up as well, okay? So, but it's the whole mindset. If the customer comes to you and says, I don't like this thing, then go, okay, well, or you get defensive or whatever, and then you hang up the phone, and then you crumble, and then you're calling everybody, and you're stirring it up. You've taken something that is this big and made it this big, okay? Take this information that this customer has given you and deal with it. Don't get emotional. Don't get caught up in it. Handle the problem. You're a fixer. You're a problem fixer. But you are a problem fixer for your customer, but you are not a fixer for your presenter and for your team. What? Oh yeah, Big Al says so. Big Al says it, I believe him. And I'm going to show you right here because I have it bookmarked. I have almost this entire book bookmarked. Do you guys read on a Kindle? I love Kindle because then I can get it from my phone. And I'm going to show you. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, and then I get into all this stuff that I love. Okay. Here's what I want to tell you. How many hours do you think the average network marketing leader spends doing the following tasks? This is going to lead me into you being the fix-it person. How many hours do you think they spend listening to downline personal problems? Listening to downline business problems? Making numerous telephone calls to the home office, following up on lost shipments and product shortages? Apologizing for incorrect statements made by the upline leaders or the home office staff, corporate? Playing referee between two jealous presenters who are fighting over someone who's getting ready to join the business? Berating home office staff who don't understand network marketing? Keeping track of all the telephone calls that weren't returned promptly? This is just all the stuff that you hear from your downline. Worrying about greed destroying certain members of the organization. Groaning about unfair treatment and lack of recognition. discussing the company's lack of leadership and responsiveness with other disgruntled sales leaders. That makes me think of groups on Facebook. If you are in a group on Facebook other than your sponsor, your elite upline, or your black upline, or a corporate like the pop page, get out. Get out. You are wasting your time. You are draining your energy. They are draining your energy. Nobody has time for that. Nobody has time for that. And if you have time for that and you're not happy with where your business is, there's your problem. Get out. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Don't surround yourself with people who like to gossip and who like to complain about their business. Sorry, had to be said. Had to be said. We've all been trying to say it nicely for a long time. I'm not saying it nicely anymore. I'm telling you right now, because I love you too much to let you ruin your own business. All right. So guess what? Big Al says if you add up the hours, it's a 40-hour week just for that. Just for that. And if you think about it, I say this all the time. I am a presenter just like you are. So if you are coming to your sponsor, to your leader with all of this stuff, it's one thing if there's a team of 10. But then you get to a team of 50, and then a team of 100, and then a team of 500, and then a team of 5,000, and then a team of 15,000, and you got over 70,000 people? Can you even imagine? So it forces you as a leader to say, hey, love you, contact support. Because your issue is so important, there's an entire team at corporate to handle support. There's an entire team to handle compliance issues. That's how important it is. It's not that we're not concerned or feel that it is important. We want you to go to the specialist who can do something about it. We want you to contact support so that they can pass it on to the proper department so that something can be done. Because if you're telling me the buck stops here, what am I? There's nothing I can do. I don't have the corporate Melanie and Derek hotline. Even if I did, I would not use it for that. I would not use it for that. I would not misuse that. Because they have so many things that they are working on that only they can do. And so we need to let them do their job. Support needs to do their job. Compliance needs to do their job. I need to do my job. And you need to do your job. Take care of your customer. We all have the same pipeline to corporate. So you have the same connection to corporate support, compliance, all that I do. Use that. Grow into the leader that you are meant to be. Don't depend on other people. It would not have mattered who my sponsor was when I got into this business. Love you, Tammy. And she was extremely helpful to me and taught me all about online parties. But I knew that I was going to work as hard as it took for as long as it took to get to the top. How many of you can say that? How many of you, and Big Al says it too. Yes, he does. He says, how many of you are working just hard enough? And then you look over to see the paycheck to decide if you're going to continue to work hard. That concept is foreign to me. It's foreign to me. I don't understand it. I got into this business and I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked as fast as I can because I wanted to grow as fast as I could. I wanted to build a team as fast as I could so I could get to the top as fast as I could. I never stopped to look at my paycheck. Honestly, I never stopped to look at my paycheck. And isn't it ironic that I hit the top of this company and I made it on the wall of influence? You think that might have something to do with it? I think it does. I think it does. Because I was so focused on activities. Busy, busy, busy. I knew I needed to stay busy, but I had to stay busy doing the right things. And that's what I'm talking about with those online parties. 5 at all times, minimum 5. Because that's what's going to earn you income. That's what's going to get you more party hostesses, because the more you sell, the more people want to host because they want to earn free product. That's what's going to attract presenters to you. And it's going to eliminate you having to go out and pound the pavement to find somebody to join your team. You just do these online parties. Okay, now. Okay. This part right here, I'm going to read this to you. I hope you do not identify with any of these, because here is what the unsuccessful leader believes. The unsuccessful leader believes that in order to be successful in network marketing, 100% of corporate employees must be perfect. 100% of all presenters must be honorable, charitable, problem-free citizens without a hint of greed. 100% of all presenters must never quit. 100% of all telephone calls must be answered the way they want them. 100% of the home office staff, corporate, should become instantly available when they call. 100% of all upline leaders should be perfect role models who never make a mistake while speaking. 100% of all corporate decisions must be perfect, and your decisions must be perfect. And 100% of all decisions must work out perfectly in the future. Everything has to be perfect. I don't know of a business or a life that is perfect. If you expect that there's going to be always going to be something to deal with, then you just wake up and go, oh, okay, so that's what we're dealing with today. And you deal with that today. And it's okay. And you move on. You move on. We don't wallow. We don't get in those groups and start just, oh, I don't like this. Oh, that time that you took, not only did that zap your time that you could be out trying to get another party or contacting and following up with a customer. See, that's not work. When you say, oh, I've been so busy all day long. If you're in there, you stop the clock because you are just in there just hen picking, right? That is a waste of time. And not only that, I don't think you realize how much that saps your energy, how much that pulls away from you. I don't think most people realize that until they're out of that situation. Like maybe you got into that group for all the right reasons, but all it takes in a group, and you know this, those of you who are leaders and have teams, it takes one person to be negative. And down it goes. Down it goes. So it says unsuccessful leaders quickly sink into fix-it mode and spend the rest of their mediocre careers making sure nothing bad ever happens to anyone in their downline, upline, or company. Yeah. It says this is what unsuccessful leaders say regularly. It's a crisis. It's a crisis. Should I fix it now? Big L says no. Big Sherry says no. I can't be Big Sherry. I'll be Little Sherry. Yeah. If your business cannot survive a crisis or two, maybe it's time to go back and build a better foundation. And there will be lots of problems in your future, no matter how well you build your foundation, because people are human. People are human. Yeah. And if Big Al says it, it's truth, people. You can take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. I got one other thing here that I wanted to show you. This point of view that unsuccessful leaders take. I'm sorry. This is the point of view that successful leaders take. Sorry. They don't waste time trying to change people, fix their perceived problems, or trying to eliminate all the problems of the world. Successful leaders learn to manage problems. They do not fix them, because we're not magicians. We're not Harry Potter. And there's a difference. There's a difference from managing problems and fixing problems. And, it's kind of like when you think of with your kids too, you want to protect them and you want to make everything right. Sometimes it's easier to just do it for them, but they're not learning if you're doing it for them. Okay. So if you have somebody on your team that's coming to you and saying, hey, where do I find this? How do I find this? How do I teach them how to use the search feature on your page? The top right hand, please tell me you know how to use that feature. The top right hand corner of your page, search this page, type in a keyword up in there. See what pops up. Type in a question. See what pops up. because people can be lazy, and you have an empire to run, and they need to be willing, never be more concerned over someone's business than they are themselves. That's a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Had to learn that one the hard way. And I do remember when I was in college, I've told this story before, that when I was in college, I had a professor, and he was talking about management and all of that. And he said, you know, you need to be compassionate, but you cannot let your emotions guide you when it comes to your business. You have to be compassionate, but you have to think of it from a business standpoint. And he gave the example of a guy a manager who had to lay some people off. He had 3 people on his team. He had to lay one of them off. Well, 2 of the people were single. They didn't have a family. The third guy, he had a family. He had 3 little kids and a wife, and the mom was a stay-at-home mom. And so he had 3 employees. He had to lay 2 of them off. He laid off the 2 single people, and he kept the guy with the family because he thought, no, you know what? I just can't do that to his family. And I could totally relate. Like I probably would have made the same decision. But guess what happened? 2 weeks later, that guy left his wife and kids for a mistress. So what does that tell you? This manager was more concerned over this guy's wife and kids than he was himself. That story's always stuck with me. I don't know why. You know, certain things in your life, they stick with you. But anyway, so that's just what I'm saying. Don't be more concerned over somebody's business than they are themselves. Show them where to find the information. Show them how to do the search. Guide them. There's so many resources. So many resources now. And so many of you out there have taken the bull by the horns, and you've made videos, and you've written scripts, and you've done all kinds of things, and you've shared them openly, and that is just amazing. And I just congratulate you on that, and I thank you for that, because all anybody has to do now is go to YouTube, and you can find tons of stuff. Go to their leaders page, their Black leaders page. I didn't even have a Black nobody was Black status when I started. I don't even think we had a purple yet. I think we had a purple like the month after I started. Everything was so new. We had nothing, and we had to develop it ourselves. And some people will say, oh, well, you got in early. Oh, well, it was easy. Oh, no, you have no idea. You have no idea how many people quit. How many people aren't here? Because nothing was handed to them. We all had to work and fight and build for what we have. We had to create training documents because we had people in our downline asking for things, asking for pictures, we didn't have any of that, and we had to build it. And a lot of people couldn't take it. You know, a lot of people couldn't take it. And so what I'm saying is, I hope you have it in you to have a leader mentality, to not let yourself just sit back and feel entitled that now, because you're a presenter, that your business should just come to you. No, you're given an opportunity. You're given an amazing opportunity to own your own business, really, and be your own boss. But you got to think like a boss. You've got to think like a boss. And I will end with this. If you want to be successful, and this is from Big Al, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Big Al says, you cannot be dependent on your circumstances to be successful. So that means no matter what comes at you, no matter what circumstances surround you, you're going to be successful. For every excuse that you have, I promise you there is a presenter out there dealing with more, the same or more, and making it happen. Don't allow yourself to have excuses. I would recommend that you get yourself a piece of paper. And at the top of the paper, you write, to be successful, I need to ... And I want you to list it. Have 5 parties going at all times. Be willing to talk about the opportunity whenever I'm given the chance. Whatever it is. Walk around. I did this for 9 months. One eye with 3D, one eye with regular mascara. I got to be willing to do that. I've got to be willing to not worry about what other people think of me. I got to be willing to post on my Facebook page about my excitement. I got to be willing to make a phone call, to text, to send an email. Whatever it is, I want you to list all of that under the heading, to be successful, I need to ... And then, if you ever find yourself in a position where your business is not growing the way that you want it to grow, I want you to go back to that list. And underneath that heading of to be successful, I need to do the following. Under that heading, I want you to put in parentheses, the reason my business is not growing is because I refuse to ... do 5 online parties at one time. Talk about the opportunity whenever it appears. Walk around with 1 mascara 3D and 1 regular mascara. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. What are you refusing to do? What are you scared to do? That's about personal development. That's about growth. That's about growing up and saying, you know what? I don't care what anybody thinks of me because I love what I do and I'm passionate about these products, and I am the only person who is going to determine my success or my failure. My sponsor doesn't matter. My background doesn't matter. There are no circumstances that matter. Backorders don't matter. None of that matters. I will remind you, we had women hitting black status during a backorder of 3D mascara. Yes, we did. We were selling mascara like you wouldn't believe, and we had no mascara to sell. A distributor or a presenter would think, oh, I don't have any mascara to sell. It's all backordered. Oh, what kind of a company is this? I quit. Big Al says, unsuccessful people are professional quitters. They quit their job, they quit the gym. Well, I thought that's kind of mean when he said quit the gym, because I've quit the gym before. But anyway, they quit their diets. Ouch. They quit their marriage. They quit school. They quit. Yeah. That's what a distributor mindset would have been. I can't do this. I don't have any mascara to sell. But those who succeeded had a leader mindset, and they said, guess what? Our product is so amazing and so popular, we sold out. Drop the mic, walk off the stage. We sold out. Oh my gosh, we sold out. You have got to order this now. Orders are being filled in the order in which they're received. You have got to order now, so when it comes back in stock, you're one of the first ones to get it. Boop, 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 boop. Sales went up and up and up. It's all about your mindset, and you can change your mindset if you want to. So, thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this helped you. I hope the whooping wasn't too painful. I do it because I love you, and I want you to succeed. And I want you to get this book. If you haven't already read it, I read it, and I'm reading it again because it's that good. So it's Tom Big Al Schreider, How to Build Successful Leaders. Okay? And I love you all, and thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.